Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 3 of Levitated. Today we're going to continue down our quests here and try to get to, I think, the nether. I don't know if I doubt we'll make it all the way to the end today, but after the disaster that was me trying to get cute and do clever things last video, we're just going to do the most straightforward solution we can to make, to automate the coke oven to make charcoal and then make some Terrestrial. So ultimately we need enough Terrestrial to make the Elven portal. So that's 2 Natura pylons, which I believe use 3 nuggets each. So that's 6 nuggets, and a Elven gateway core, which uses another 3 nuggets. So I think 1 Terrestrial ingot is enough. The rest of the portal parts are made of glimmering and regular living wood, which uses this stuff. Does not need any more Terrestrial. So we need 1 ingot of Terrestrial. That's half a mana pool. Here we have significantly less than half of a mana pool, and we need a little bit more mana to actually just open the portal. But anyways, that's going to be enough mana that I don't want to be manually feeding our endo flames to get there. So let's automate this coke oven, and I'll make a second one. I think 2 coke ovens seems to be the right number of coke ovens. I don't know. Each coke oven is slow enough that I definitely want more than 1 to be making stuff. Let's just take a look at this here. Like this processing rate, right? If we look up here in the corner, it takes it 20-ish seconds for a single piece of charcoal, and charcoal does not burn 20 seconds, even in 1 endo flame, I believe. How long does charcoal burn for? It burns for 1600 ticks, which is divided by 20, 80 seconds. But endo flames burn fuel at double speed, so 40 seconds. So yeah, I guess 2 coke ovens feeds 4 endo flames exactly. First things first, we need to grow the trees that will supply the wood for the system. So I'm going to grow specifically the wormwood sapling because when grown in the bonsai pot, it produces the most wood. It produces up to 5 pieces of wood, whereas other trees, generally speaking, only produce 1 piece of uses of bonsai pot. Most wood only produce, most trees only produce 1 piece of wood. So the this big tree is just the most efficient. It does take a little bit longer to grow than most, like 3 times longer, right? But 3 times longer for 5 times as much wood, you still end up ahead. Anyways, my plan then, we don't have access to drawer controllers yet, because drawer controllers require a little bit of nether quartz or silicon, neither of which we have access to. So we'll just have to insert into each drawer independently. So let's, oopsies, these should be hopping bonsais. Just turn them all into hopping bonsais. And up here, for the drawers, we can't actually even make regular drawers yet because they can only be made from certain wood types. So I just made frame drawers, and then in my infinite brilliance, I decided to frame them to look like in end sound for some reason. It looks awful, I know. Oopsies. But yeah, we may or may not change it to look a little bit less awful in the future. Who knows? Oh, an item importer connects to item interfaces, and this takes items from the chest when you tell it to and puts them into here. And then because I don't want to make void upgrades for every single drawer, that costs a fair bit of obsidian. I think it's 8 obsidian per, and I only have so much obsidian. I don't quite have the 40. I just have a lower priority trash can. So interfaces here have priorities, and it more or less works as one would expect. All right, so that takes items and moves them into, or that takes the items from the hopper or the hopping bonsai pots and puts them into the drawers. Then we have to put wood into the coke oven, and I want to test something. So we will put items in with an exporter. Is it smart? That is, will it allow me to insert sticks? It will not. So then we don't even need to filter this insert. We can just tell it to export all items. So I'm putting a blank variable card into export all items. It defaults to true. So that'll fill it with logs. Likewise on this side, get another exporter. My inventory somewhere. Set U to true. And there we go. So that'll supply it with logs. Next thing we have to do is take the charcoal out of here and take the creosote out of here. So these coke ovens will feed 100% of their resources to these flowers. In that case, then we'll do something slightly different. So take two interfaces to connect to those and some logic cable. That's how you actually wire all this up. And we'll want to drop the items right here will do. So to drop items, we need a world item exporter that, as it says there, places items into the world. Normally this stuff is gated behind the end, but would you look at us, we're in the end. So all I have to do is get some of this crystallized mineral, which comes from squeezing popped chorus fruit. Oh, does it have to be a mechanical squeezer? It looks like it does. Okay, we'll do the next best thing then. We can just use an open crate to drop items. Wait, can we really not do crystallized mineral? No. What's it called? Crystallized chorus trunk. So this can only be directly made in a mechanical squeezer. Here we go. Yeah, the liquid can be made from squeezing popped chorus fruit in a regular squeezer, and then that can be drying basin into this. So it's more expensive to do it without the mechanical squeezer, but that's just true of just everything in this mod. So let's cook up some of this chorus. I've also still been eating this as food, even though it's perhaps the most annoying food to eat in the world. But it gets the job done. Reorganize my squeezer here a little bit so that we can, it'll squeeze items into this chest, liquids into the drying basin, which will then just get extracted into a hopper. So if I squeeze these, we should see, yeah, that fills up with liquid chorus. Perfect. So it takes 8 pieces of chorus, popped chorus, to make a single block of it, but I think one block makes, these are 9, yeah, so one block is enough to make everything we need. Give me that. Okay, now, oopsies. No, give me my hopper, or give me my attic back. All right, so let's go craft the world item export. In fact, I can just do that in my. Wait, no, does it use redstone? No, use the diamond, thank goodness. I am literally out of redstone. After last episode's fiasco where I put way too much haste on tools, I have 0 pieces of redstone left to my name. So, yeah, anything, if I need any more redstone, I'm going to have to go mining for it. I also made a stack of pistons before I realized I was using all of my redstone to do that. Whoops. In here, we want to use place all item entities. That'll take all the items from here, so basically all the charcoal, and place them into the world as item entities. So here we go. That we should immediately, or almost immediately, see the items drop. Do world item exporters need power? Seeing as they're not dropping this stuff, it might. Let me check the configs. Oh, derp. I used item exporters here, not item interfaces. You cannot export, well, for one, if anything, there should be an importer. But an exporter looks at attached interfaces to find items, not attach exporters. So I think there's an integrated dynamics wrench that can allow us, oh, no wrench needed. We could just directly pickaxe that. I didn't know that. Anyways, let's try that again using interfaces this time. And there we go. That drops them onto the ground. So initially, there will be an excess of charcoal because, well, I have it on dispenser mode. Hold on. It does not need to be on dispenser. It can just straight up drop it. So there we go. That should drop it all just immediately. So after this initial spurt, I believe, if my estimate of processing rate here is correct, that the coke oven produces charcoal at exactly the same rate that the flowers burn it, which means that I don't have to worry about dealing with, excess or any of that. There's no fancy timing, just the ratio of coke ovens to flowers will determine our timing. And even if it's off a little bit, that'll just result in items sitting on the ground. Not the worst. There's still one more thing we have to do, though, and that is do something about all this creosote oil. If we just let it sit there, it's eventually going to fill up the machine, and once the machine fills up, it'll stop running. So I'm thinking I'll make a portable tank to store it, and anything that overflows from the tank will just void. The portable tank ends up using a little bit of redstone that I don't have, so we're just going to use the iron drum instead. On the upside, it even holds more fluids. Alright, so the iron drum will be on priority 0, the trash can on priority -1, and we just need, wait, those are fluid interfaces and I need another fluid importer. There we go. So, let's see, where is 1, 2, 3? So right there and there. And then just have to turn these on. Where are my variables? U and U. Alright, so that should be extracting the fluid into the drum. When and if the drum fills up, it'll void the excess, and we are once again producing coal. I'm gonna watch this a little bit just to make sure that our timing is at least almost correct. I'm pretty sure it is, but I'd rather not be off by a mile. Our timing seems to be just about perfect. Watch this endo flame here. Right as the items drop, this one and that one finish burning and pick up the newly dropped items. I think the coke oven might be like 1 second-ish faster. Because I don't actually know exactly how long charcoal, I don't think JI tells me, right? How long it takes to make in the coke oven. So maybe it takes like 18 or 19 seconds, whereas it burns for 20 seconds. Whatever, good enough for government work. So yeah, this will produce our mana automatically for us. With mana automated, let's go on to the top side here. Does the game pause when I open advancements? I guess it does. Alright, well, let's not keep this open too long because it's going to take a while for the mana pool to fill up. We have to make the Terrestrial Agglomeration plate. So this uses each of the 5 basic runes: water, earth, air, fire, and mana. These, I believe, we can all craft with the resources we have now. Let's take a quick look. So we learned how to make string. That's good. We've already made earth runes. We had to make feathers specifically to make air runes. Is this 16 pages of colored carpet? Looks like it. And fire runes, how do I get the nether wart and nether brick for it? Nether wart... Oh, there was a quest about runes of fire, right? Yeah. Create a bottle of dragon's breath. Wait. Fire rune. So a fire rune... okay, this is the alternate recipe. So we use firewood, which comes from killing one of those special endermen holding a thing, and dragon's breath. But I guess we don't have to kill the dragon, we just have to go get his breath. But then how do we get back? How do we even... You know what? Let's just go say hi to the dragon. We have some ranged weapons. Somewhere. We have some pretty good dark bows. They don't have a lot of power in them, and I can't recharge them yet. But, I mean, there's a lot of them. So we'll bring that with us. No creative flight, but I have the elytra. I mean, elytra doesn't really help us against the dragon, right? I guess we'll just... Oh, what about arrows? I don't have arrows, and arrows are kind of difficult to make with the cost of feathers. Alright, maybe we don't kill the dragon. Maybe we just go say hi to him and go get some of his breath. And then plan on doing that and leaving. We could fly all the way to 0, 0. We're only like 1,000 blocks away. Have we seen any of the teleporters yet? I'm going to look around on the map to see if we can find one. But that's not it. Yeah, how are we supposed to get to the dragon? I guess flying, there it is. Alright, we got 9,000 blocks or 900 blocks to go. Thank goodness for the elytra, I guess. Once we get there, we're not going to kill the dragon, we're just going to bottle the breath and then either fly back or probably just use /home to teleport back. If we had to do this without the forgiving end or forgiving void mod, that would make this significantly more difficult. I guess if we started high enough, we could probably make the flight, right? So here we are. Alright. I think we take a fixed amount of fall damage if we fall into the void. Like the Forgiving End, or Forgiving Void, I'm saying End. The Forgiving Void mod makes it so that you take a fixed amount of fall damage, so it doesn't matter how you nail your landing or not. But anyways, Dragon, what is this? Why is the portal different? I like find the portal. It's bedrock, but it doesn't look like bedrock. Alright, thanks for the breath. I want to make sure I'm getting Dragon's Breath. I don't want to accidentally get a Ender Air. If you right-click a block, you'll end up getting Ender Air bottles instead. And that's no good. At least for now, it's not what I'm after. Alright, I guess that's all she wrote. Take me away. Cool. So now that we have our Dragon's Breath, we can go back and kill off the dragon for real later. But we have our Dragon's Breath for crafting. Rune crafting time. So I'm going to start with mana, just because that's the easiest one to get the materials for. And right now our mana spreaders are quite slow, so it actually takes a little while to actually compute the mana over. But we need some living rock to complete the craft with. And I still have an automated living rock, living stone production. We'll probably do that at some point, but I'll do it after I do the runes. Anyways, I'm going to try to make a handful of each rune. You are really loud, Runic Altar. They tend to be used in various utility recipes here and there. Like I want to make probably the exchanging wand, because that makes that's a nice little nifty gadget. Makes manual processing with the Pure Daisy much faster, much easier. There's a couple other gadgets like the Rod of the Earth, or Rod of, I forget what it's called, but it can make dirt for you, which right now dirt's a somewhat limited resource for us, and those things all use runes randomly, and it's much easier to bulk craft runes so to craft exactly the one you need exactly when you need it. I need a bit more string for the rune of air uses string for the carpet and the string. Water uses a bit more string for the fishing rod as well, so I figured let's make the bone meal to get it. And some people have told me that we can make bone meal in... Wait, that's not what I... Whoa. Let me down. Doesn't make it fly that fast. Wow. I tried to... Okay, anyways. Yeah, some people said that you can do the transmutation in flowing to not consume the source. And, well, half of that statement is true. You can do the transformation in flowing mana. Whoopsies. Oh, don't levitate me, please. Why am I levitating slowly now? Yeah, this is a right rate for this thing to levitate you, I thought. I don't know. But yeah, it looks like you can do the transmutation in flowing mana, but it'll still consume the source block. Does it consume any source block? Yeah. Alright, well, we tried. I've made most of the runes, but for the rune of fire, I still need to get more firewood, which comes from this thing. However, I have to somehow find a Enderman that's holding the special iron block, and I've looked around for a little bit. None of the ones immediately around appear to be holding it. So if we're gonna have to explore, why don't we set up a or not set up, but make it slightly easier, I guess, for us to explore. So we can take some gunpowder, some paper, and make ourselves some rockets. This way. How do you do this? There we go. We can do proper elytra flight. I don't have to jump into the void and take off with my elytra anymore. And now I'm just gonna fly around a little bit, look for an Enderman that has... Hello, Enderman. Do any of you have items? Nope. I swear, when I'm not looking for these, like every 5th Enderman has a piece of iron in their hands. When you want it, of course, it's nowhere to be seen. Hello? Nope. Alright, well, I'm sure sooner or later I'm bound to run into a few. Hello. Give me your iron, please. Stop hitting me, please. Please don't kill me. That wasn't too bad. I only took half of my hit points. I'm also taking a lot less fall damage now when I use the elytra with the rockets. I think most of the damage I was taking previously that I thought was fall damage wasn't actually fall damage. It was just the Forgiving Void falling into the void damage. So I'm not as bad an elytra pilot as I thought. I'm pretty proud of myself. Okay, I saw one that had a iron out here somewhere, and then I got teleported. There you are. Now that I have the ore, we can dunk it in mana. And what was the next step again? Right-clicking a wormwood plank. Interesting. But anyways, this gives us the materials we need for that last rune. However, now that as I've been crafting, oh, I guess it converts the plank. As I've been crafting the runes, I've been also, using mana, and my journey to having half a mana pool is not going well. We have probably less mana than we started with because all these rune components cost a little bit of mana each. So there might have to be a little bit of waiting once we're done with this rune before we can make the terrestrial or terrestrial. So what was the last item here? Dragon's Breath. And does this recipe use more mana too? Why does it have to use slightly more mana? It feels bad, man. Alright. Dragon's Breath. Where did I put it? Runes are crafted, so let's get lapis in block form, and I think I need a block of mana steel to make the plate. And then to set up the plate we need, I forget what pattern it is. 4 lapis blocks, 5 living rock blocks. Perfect. And we should put it remotely close to our mana pool. How about right here? I'm gonna sink it into the ground just so I can be mostly flush with the ground. Like so. Put that there. Alright, now to transfer mana into it, we need sparks. So let's see how we make these. I figured the recipe had to be changed somehow because the default spark recipe uses blaze powder, and we can't get blaze powder. So I guess we need more firewood, which means I need to go hunt down a few more endermen that have the iron ore in their hand. There's no way to make that special iron ore, is there? And infused iron ore? There is later, but for now, we do have to kill endermen for it. It doesn't world generate. Hunted down a few more endermen to get more firewood. It takes two of those special enderman ores to make each spark. So for now, I'm only going to make the 2. I mean, that's all I need for now anyways. But at this point, we are ready to craft our Terrestrial, I believe, unless the recipe has changed. Nope, it's mana steel, mana diamond, mana steel, and mana pearl. But again, half a mana pool, of which we have about an 8. That's about an 8, right? Yeah. So it's gonna take a little while to fill up. In the meantime, then, why don't we automate the pure daisy here, and I'll use integrated dynamics for that. It'll if you saw my pure daisy automation in Enigmatica 2 Expert, it'll be very similar to that. Oopsies, didn't mean to pick that up. But I suspect that won't even quite take long enough to fill our mana pool up. So I think we'll have to put off the Terrestrial for tomorrow. Did an Enderman steal my cactus? That's incredibly rude of you, Enderman. For now, I'm only going to use 1 pure daisy to do both living rock and living stone, just because these world item exporters and the other half, the world item importer, are kind of expensive. Each 4 takes a diamond, and my only source of diamonds is from finding them out in the world. So I only had like 8 diamonds total, right, from End City chests. I don't think diamond ore generates. No, there is no. Wait, end diamond ore. Yeah. Oh, it does generate, but I guess it's extremely rare. I've not found a single piece of it yet. So all of my diamonds have come from the cities. So anyways, oopsies. I have it configured such that 4, I believe. Yeah. 4 of the world item exporters are connected to this drawer. So these 4 are on channel 1, and this drawer is on channel 1, and then this is on channel 0, and these 4 are on 0. So if I put this here, they should spew out. Why are you not doing it? You are on channel 0. Do the thing. Come on, there we go. Okay, so now I just have to make them not actually spew the item out. And I believe that is by setting this to one of these. Oh wait, no, that's, we don't want place all item entities. We want one of these. Place hot. 1 second. Just kidding. I had the wrong thing. What I actually want is a world block exporter, not the world item exporter. And these things take a diamond pickaxe each, so we're going to come up with a different solution. I switched the block placing to mechanical users. Those just place the blocks they're given. As for the block breaking, though, there's a couple options, but the only real way to do it is to, well, right now is to use something like the mechanical miner or the Britannia's lens of the, one of the Britannia lenses, I think Bohr. But all of those require doing some timing stuff that I want to avoid, because you have to, like, you know, wait a minute and then break it. I think I'm just gonna wait until we can make the world block importer. This thing also takes, you know, 3 diamonds each, plus this being part of a diamond. So they're not cheap, but sometime soon we'll get access to an effectively infinite supply of diamonds through deep mob learning when we get, let's see, the loot fabricator and the simulation chamber, and I think that is right here. So we're not like that far away from it. For now, I'll just every now and then come, well, that's not how you do it, come and harvest the living rock and living stone. And you know what, we'll call this good enough for the time being. But let's check our mana situation again. Where's my water? I can already tell it's not quite at half. So yeah, we're still not there yet. It'll probably take like another, I don't know, 10-15 minutes to fill up. But we're basically out of time today. So why don't we just leave things off here for now. We'll come back next time and craft our Terrestrial and get into nether-y things and power. So yeah, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care, and bye-bye.